Hi, Christine here with another cute, quick, and simple card I made for my Christmas card series. Today I am using this cute little penguin. I think he is absolutely adorable. He comes from the Create a Critters 2 Cricut cartridge. I was asked by a friend of mine to do something in pinks and reds, and I went through my scrap from last year and this year, and I found this really nice designer paper from Stampin' Up, and it suited what I needed, so I was happy about that. I had just enough paper to make 2 cards, and that's it. So I was excited to be able to do that. So this is pretty much it. So let's get started. I started with standard A size 2 red cardstock. In this particular case, this comes from Recollections, and it has some flakes in it, and I love that type of paper. I have white that has flakes in it, and navy blue, and this red. So I started with that. I took the designer paper from Stampin' Up. On one side it's the stripes, the other side is the candy canes. So with the stripes I cut out the base of my card, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I have this cute sentiment called Warmest Wishes, and in order for me to have room to mount this piece, I needed to put the stamp first so that I knew where this piece was going to go. So I stamped that, and I put some ribbon down. The ribbon goes against the card halfway between the edge of the sentiment and the edge of the paper. And I put that down, and then I mounted the paper to the cardstock. Then I took the opposite side paper with, again, some red cardstock, and I cut this out by 2 1/4 by 4 1/4, and then a 1/2 inch shorter for the candy cane. And I just took my ATG gun and I put that straight on the paper. From there I did the same red again, which is 3 by 3, and then in white, an 1/8 of an inch smaller, I mounted it to white. I ran the white through my Cuttlebug. I believe it's a Darris embossing folder. I think it's called Bubbles. And I'm going to mount this also in the center of the card. Right with the same amount of border showing on this side, roughly, as compared to this. This one's a little bit off the edge, but that's okay. So I put that there. Next, I'm going to go to my Cricut cartridge, and on page 68 is this cute little snowman and this cute little penguin. So the penguin is cut out at 2 1/4, so he's actually kind of really small, but I think he's really cute. And so you use the black, and then I chose white. This one's cream color, but I needed the penguin to be white. And then you hit the layer button to do his paws and his nose, and then the layer with shift to do the red pieces of his hat. And then I also cut out on page 66 in accessory a single white candy cane. Now I had played with the candy cane with this, but this does not look as nice as the picture. When it cut out, it kind of looked like squares, and I wasn't happy. So I'm going to marker in the lines using marker. Okay, so I put my little penguin together. I think it is so cute. And I raised him on some foam tape. Before I put him down, I took a white little pearl, and I'm just going to add the little pearl to the hat to give it some dimension. And I'm going to also put the penguin, I might as well put the penguin down right now. And sticky fingers like normal. Can never get away from that. And probably goes slightly a little bit to the left, but right in the center, so it gives enough space to put the candy cane. So I'm going to move the card out for a second, and I'm actually going to take a little bit of red so that I don't ruin the pink here. And the candy cane also, by the way, is cut out at 2 1/4 inches. So I'm just going to take, this happens to be Cherry Cobbler from Stampin' Up! And I'm just adding the candy cane lines, and you can add as many or as little lines as you would like. There we go. And all I'm going to do is take some two-way glue, and I'm also going to take a little bit of foam tape. That piece will do. And I'm going to add it right at the top of the candy cane. Like so. I'm going to bring the card back. And I'm just going to add a little bit of two-way glue. I shouldn't be doing it on anything, but anyways. Right. Just a little bit, plus the foam tape. And I'm just going to add the candy cane to the penguin, just like so. And it should stick. There we go. And then to end, I'm just going to add some embellishments. I have these red little gems. I'm just going to put 3 in the corner. And I'm also going to put 1 in each of the 4 corners of the square. Okay, on the first card I did a little doodling all around the edge. I'll bring that card back. It's also still drawing. Did some doodling, which I'm not going to do, but you can add it or you can not add it. And then I am going to take some glossy accents, and from there I am just going to add it to the candy cane. When applying this glossy accents, you can be very generous because that helps raise the image, and it makes it very cute, and it makes it kind of look like it's a puffy sticker afterwards. And you try to make sure that you don't get any air bubbles. And I'm going to add it to the hat of the penguin. And it becomes cloudy. But when it dries, it comes out nice and shiny, and it adds a little bit of dimension to the card. And very cute, very quick, very simple. So I hope you enjoy watching. Thanks. Bye.